welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who always makes it home in time for cornflakes. It's Norbert Morvan.
Yes, sir. Hey. How you doing, brother?
Good. I mean, so wherever you're at, even when I was out there with you, working in Korea, you always went home in time for cornflakes. I always wondered why you would go home for cornflakes, but it's from Cohagen, from this movie.
Exactly. So
You
now you realize.
you based your life on this philosophy, and no one understood it, and you never told us. But now I know, and I feel terrible because we would just make fun of you.
That's right, man. You see, you got to understand, first of all, cornflakes are part of a complete breakfast. They always have been. They always will be, And second of all, the fact that you can do X, Y, Z and be at home in time for cornflakes means you're so good at it. It's effortless. It's nothing. I am a Terminator. I'm a murderer. I will get this done. And oh, look, my cornflakes are not only ready, but they're not soggy. You know what I'm saying? They are at the perfect peak moisture level for enough crunch.
That's
how good I am.
You timed it perfectly.
There it is, brother. There it is.
Now, how are cornflakes getting to Mars?
I mean, you can't even get oxygen on Mars, right? So how are we getting cornflakes? It's a fascinating.
I did see that there were product placement. There was like Best Westerns, there was Marriott's, there was Pepsi. But that's shipped to Mars.
Well, you figure the Best Western, they assemble it a brick at a time, like a medieval castle that's been ordered by a rich person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But literally, you never do see anyone with the cornflakes. They got that magic wand that turns your fingernails from red to purple, but no cornflakes. I haven't even seen anybody with milk.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Especially on Mars. Milk is not getting to Mars, Norbert.
No, it's not. No cows. We got people with 4 eyes. Check. Milk. I'll get back to you on that.
Because you got to ship a bunch of cows to Mars. And then they probably get irradiated milk.
And then the milk, now cow with 7 legs. Oh. A 2-headed cow wouldn't even be bugged out on Mars. You would have to go.
Yeah. 42 udders.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to go levels above 2-headed cow.
Yep.
No, cow that plays Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. Oh, that's a crazy cow.
Now, according to a lot of the documentaries I've listened to and articles about this movie, Cronenberg was the one responsible for the mutants, which makes a lot of sense.
Dude, since Rick and Morty made Cronenberg into a noun, verb, and adjective, yeah, you look back at this movie and just Cronenberg-style body horror stuff is all over this film, man. I mean, not just, our woman with the 3 breasts, which, thank God I was a child in 1990 for that.
Yep.
But, the typical Arnold Schwarzenegger murders with 1 hand and 2 fingers, they're gory. There's some gory death in this movie, man.
Well, that same woman gets shot in the back, just murdered.
Yes. And the midget with the midget. I'm sorry.
The
what
actress,
do we say these days?
The actress.
The actress. Yes. Oh my God. That was amazing. She just stabs a guy in the balls with oh my God, that scared me.
That henchman that rolled with Ironside, he was an interesting guy.
Yes. Yeah. The one with the glasses, right? And the blonde hair?
Yeah, there's this scene where Arnold, we're going to jump. If you've listened to this pod, you've watched Total Recall, but there's a scene where Arnold kills Sharon Stone. Consider this a divorce. Great line.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So quotable.
And they run in, and the guy just runs in, puts his gun up, looks around, and then just sprints away. And he made some decisions that I love in this movie. And I haven't watched this movie in years. I think I watched it when I was a kid, and I didn't really understand the whole Total Recall about how he might be in his head and he might be an agent. I never understood any of that. I just remembered really, like for 90, these were, like you said, violent murder, Arnold saying things, gun violence, mutants. It was kind of terrifying to watch as a kid.
Man, look, I mean, somewhere when Harry, not Harry, Harry, somewhere when Harry turns on him in the subway station, which I found out that was in Mexico, by the way. That's why it looks so awesome.
Yeah, they filmed the whole thing. They painted that train area where I guess they were in a subway. They painted the entire train station So even when they went on location, they painted everything to make it look futuristic.
It's awesome.
Yep.
So when Harry betrays him in that scene, Schwarzenegger kills a guy by perfectly doing a horizontal karate chop to the bridge of his nose. And he just dies. Who does that? Who does that? That's wow. It's beyond five-finger death punch here.
He turned his head into jello with a karate chop.
Yeah. And that's why henchman with the glasses, and he was very sardonic, that guy too. I love him.
Yeah.
That's why henchman with the glasses, he said, you know what? I got things to do, man. I'm going to return these videotapes. You know what I'm saying? He just took off. He just took off.
And I love that in the movie, what Ironside and Sharon Stone were a couple, and she was doing undercover work, watching Arnold, aka his name in this movie was Quaid. So she's watching Quaid because Quaid is best friends with Cohagen. So Cohagen,
you saying she liked it?
Yeah, and
you saying she liked it?
Yeah, the henchman was like, dude, she was loving it, and he said that to his boss.
Yes, that guy's awesome, man. Cocky dude. R.I.P. By the way.
I want a '90s henchman like him on my squad.
You have to, because he's gonna call you to account, and at the same time follows orders,
And he just
That's
wants
the kind
to kill.
Of man he does. He's a sociopath, but he's got feelings. You know what I'm saying? And opinions. And he's not afraid to share them.
You know what the problem is? Problem is? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go for it.
The problem with a henchman like this is, so you and I are henchmen, Norbert, and
how you doing?
We've been in this company for years, but we're still henchmen, but we're trusted henchmen. So we're with the main villain all the time, right? Or the right-hand villain all the time.
Exactly.
So we spend lots of time in cars, shooting people, all this stuff. But we're still henchmen. So even if we make a comment, they can just look at us and be like, you're just a henchman.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
But I do feel, however, that this guy, again, his name, I still can't remember it for the life of me. But absolutely, this guy, you know what? It took a lot of balls for him when Ironside goes, you saying she liked it? He's, oh, no, I bet she hated every minute of it. And give him a dry smile. It takes balls, man. That takes balls. He's beyond just your hench. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's beyond.
Yeah, you're right. He no longer has hench in it. He's more of an associate.
You could damn near bump him up to acquaintance level.
So that's our goal.
Because this is what it is. You look at the history of henchmen in movies and comics and film. If you're a henchman for Dr. Claw, he might drop a safe on you, whatever. But you're a henchman for Ironside. You get some benefits. You know what I'm saying? He's going to throw a chick or two your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When he starts getting bonuses off the Tribinium mines down there in Mars, he's going to break you off a chunk, man.
Yeah, you see some of it. You get good vacations, good weapons.
You know what I'm saying? You get points on the back end, 2 points on the VIG. All of that stuff is yours.
And he felt really comfortable in his skin, this henchman. So he's not, you can tell around Ironside, he's not worried about who he is.
This is what it is, man. This is what it is, Now, in terms of henchmen who absolutely would disrespect you and not give a damn about it, Destro. You know what I'm saying? Destro. Because Destro, look, Cobra Commander, we have to do this to kill the Jones. Cobra Commander, you are an idiot. And boom. He will just tell him straight up, you're a fucking jerk, Cobra Commander. You can take that plan and just shove it. This guy.
They had a thing. Like, they had a good working relationship, G.I. Joe, in that, Cobra Commander and Destro.
Look, Destro had zero respect for Cobra Commander, and it just oozed out of every time. We will meet the Joes on Ellis Island, Cobra! And Destro would look at the Baroness first and be like, yeah, this guy. Okay, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Every episode.
So
every episode.
Everyone follows Destro. Cobra Commander makes the order, and then Destro looks at everyone and goes, okay, let's go.
Basically, yeah. Like that scene from Jurassic Park 2. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, brother. But in this world, no one ever gets shot. So I guess the people don't rebel against him too much because they're always missing.
That's right. Yeah. Stormtrooper aim all day.
You want to hear an interesting tidbit about this movie?
Break it down.
So, I'm sure you did all the research, but, Dino De Laurentiis was going to make this in Australia with Cronenberg. Cronenberg backed out, and they had cast Patrick Swayze, and they were going to shoot in Australia, and then they shut it down. Arnold Schwarzenegger gets a phone call, right? And he hears about the movie breaking down, so he calls Dino, and he goes, Dino, give me the movie. So then he calls, Arnold Schwarzenegger calls the folks at Carolco, and hours later they own Total Recall. And in the book, or the short story by Philip K. Dick, he was an accountant, but they immediately switched it to a construction worker, which I kind of love, for Arnold, which makes sense. Yeah. But this movie, Arnold, Arnold wanted to make this for a very long time, but Dino De Laurentiis wouldn't make it with him. And then Arnold bought it and just appeared in it.
I wonder why. So we're going to cast Arnold as an accountant over here. You know what I'm saying? No, not really. We needed that kind of logic for Denise Richards as Christmas Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nuclear scientist. Okay.
Yeah, that was, in those roles, her role takes away from how good Sophie Marceau is in that film. The World Is Not Enough. She's really good in that.
Yes, she really is.
But everyone talks about Denise Richards in it.
Because she's such a train wreck as an actress.
But
God,
I thought that was pretty interesting, though, that Arnold wanted this for so long. And then he handpicked Paul Verhoeven. He called him up and said, hey, Paul, remember when we met in that restaurant? I told you RoboCop was great? And he's like, well, you're making this movie for me. And
that's all.
Yeah, they went down to Mexico City. Everyone got sick. The movie went over budget. And every time Verhoeven said, hey, we need more money, Arnold just got his back 100%. So the studio just went, okay, I guess we'll give you more money. So anything Verhoeven wanted, Arnold just went, do it.
Well, 100%. Well, this is 1990, so Predator's out.
Yep.
Terminator's out. Mm-hmm. Arnold Schwarzenegger has just printed Commando.
Yep.
All of these movies made big bank at the time. This is before movies had to make $500 million to be profitable. So all of Schwarzenegger's movies are at least making double the investment. So they believe in him, man.
It's pretty interesting. The fall of the very burly 80s action stars. So this was 90, right? And then in 92, you had Demolition Man and Cliffhanger around that time.
Right.
But around 94, True Lies was massive for Arnold, but that was a different type of Arnold. That was husband Arnold. But then there was also The Specialist, which didn't do well. And then after 94, you had that really bad Showdown in Little Tokyo. JCVD started making Street Fighter. Then Eraser came out. And
Crocodile.
Yep, your luggage. But it's interesting how the heyday, once they got to the heyday, it did not last that long, if you think about it.
You know what it is? God bless these movies, but they're not really smart. Mm-mm. You turn them on, and this is just turning off your brain. You're not looking for plot holes. These movies couldn't have existed today with social media breaking down every 3 seconds of the film and talking about the special effects and all of that. Did you see Cobra? You saw Cobra, right?
Of course, Cobra? Oh, that wouldn't exist.
Okay. You're the disease and I'm the cure. Really?
Yeah.
Everybody would just laugh at that. But when that movie came out, yes, shoot drug dealers in the face. What do you mean treatment? You know what I mean? You can't do this anymore. Nope. Basically, so many of these things.
I think Speed too, with Keanu's performance as an action hero who wasn't super burly being successful also swung things. Exactly. Does that make sense?
Exactly. No, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. He definitely seemed smarter than every Schwarzenegger and Stallone character at the time. Yeah. For sure. That was a relatively smart premise. Go ahead, buddy.
Brilliant premise, isn't it? Just imagine if someone said that to you and you're an executive. Make it now. Make this movie now.
Yeah. Okay, the bus is going to blow up if it drops below 55 miles an hour and it's on the LA freeway. What? Take my money, please.
Money. We're starting production tomorrow.
Yesterday. Let's get this done.
Do you want to hear something funny? That'd be funny if you said no.